Welcome to English Tips, because it's not easy, but it doesn't have to be that hard. I'm John Lenti. Let's clarify the proper use of the personal pronouns me, myself, and I. All three represent you, but they each have specific conditions in which they should be used. I is the pronoun that takes action. You use this when you are the one doing something. I like going to the movies. I ate dinner with Mark. Me is the pronoun that receives an action. Use this when something is happening to you. Throw the ball to me. She hit me. These seem pretty obvious, but many people mix them up when using compound subjects, which is when two or more nouns are all doing the action in the sentence. Many would say, Farhan and me went to the movies. This is a compound subject, Farhan and me. It really means you could break this up into two sentences. Farhan went to the movies. Me went to the movies. But you wouldn't say that. I went to the movies. You don't change the fact that I is the subject of the sentence just because you combine it with another subject like Farhan. Farhan and I went to the movies. Also note that in English, you place the other person before you in the sentence out of courtesy. It is different in some other languages, but in English, it would be improper to say, I and Farhan went to the movies. This confusion still occurs when the object is compound as well. Many would say, Debbie saw Farhan and I at the movies. Again, this could be broken into two sentences. Debbie saw Farhan at the movies. Debbie saw I at the movies. But you wouldn't say that. Debbie saw me at the movies. Just as with the compound subject, you don't change the me to I just because you combine it with another object. Debbie saw Farhan and me at the movies. And you still place Farhan first, because English. Lastly, myself is, or at least should be, a rarely used pronoun. It's reflexive, meaning you use it when you want to call additional attention to you as the subject of the sentence, and it usually follows a preposition like to or with. You might correctly say, I was talking to myself, or I was walking by myself. Both of these emphasize that no one else was involved, but you were the one doing the action. It would be weird to say, I was talking to me, or I was walking by me, which is why we have myself. Many people use myself when they want to sound overly important or official, when me is really the appropriate pronoun. Send the report to myself by the end of the day. Unless you're sending it to yourself, you really mean send the report to me. That's it for this English tip. You can find this and more in my book, 50 English Tips, available on Amazon. You can also find more English tips on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube.